بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا Muhammad وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد. What was recited in the first raka'ah was the chapter of Saffat. It was the last portion of the chapter of Saffat. And Saffat means the rose. The rose that some may mention are the angels, rose and angels of angels. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in this chapter, وَإِنَّا لَنَحْنُ الصَّافُونَ وَإِنَّا لَنَحْنُ الْمُسَبِّحُونَ. That the ones that say that we're safun, we're lined in rows, and we're the ones that musabbihun, we make tasbih. But there's a verse in there after this verse that's right before this verse actually. It's a verse pertaining to the qadr, the predestination of Allah. You see, the qadr can be tricky for people because, especially in a society, particularly the West generally, where it's having to know the answer and finding the answer for everything is definitely an accomplishment, and admitting that you may not know the answer to something can be something detrimental to whether it's your reputation, your academic reputation, or your knowledge in general, which sometimes can be a loss of hope or can be a negative aspect in regards to having knowledge of something. So when someone was to ask you about Islam, someone that doesn't know about Islam and you don't have the answer, it does not say that Islam is deficient in any shape, form, or fashion. It is the lack of our knowledge. And in the same token, when your children may ask you questions about something in Islam and you say, I don't know, that does not mean that Islam does not have the answer. That's why it's very important for us to just do as the ulama even said, subhanAllah, one of the scholars said, al-istishkal nisful ilm. He said, finding problems in something to where you may not know the answer, this is half of knowledge, because it shows that you are thinking. So when we talk about predestination, there will be questions that will never be answered. And this is a sign of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's greatness, that He is Al-Majid, He is glorious, that He is Al-Alim, He is the all-knowledgeable, that He is Al-Hakim, that He appropriates His knowledge for every particular situation, generally and specifically. So Allah says, a very simple verse, وَمَا مِنَّا وَمَا مِنَّا إِلَّا لَهُ مَقَامٌ مَعْلُومٌ. وَمَا مِنَّا إِلَّا لَهُ مَقَامٌ مَعْلُومٌ. And there is not any one of us except that he or she has a known station, a known place, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows where we will be. He knows where we were, He knows where we are, and He knows where we will be. Now the reality of predestination is something that is only with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But what's important for us is what He has given us and what He has told us and what He has reminded us about, and the guidance that He has given us in that regard. So that is what is important, because we as fathers and as mothers, when we tell our children something, a means to go by, or a path to follow, or a procedure to follow, and they may ask questions about other than that procedure, or what happens after it, or other questions that do not deal with what needs to be done in order for them to reach that destination. We use Allah as a much greater example. Allah gives us the sharia. He gives us, quote unquote, the halal and the haram, what is recommended and what is not recommended. In other words, He gives us guidelines with objectives. Guidelines with objectives. And that's when we look at the legislative body of Islam. That is what is important for the Muslim to know. That is what is important for the Muslim to struggle to practice on a daily basis. And that is what is enough for him or her to go to heaven. That is what the Muslim should prioritize and take into importance. Not the things that, the answers to questions that we may never know. And as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, that we can never encompass His knowledge or encompass Him with our knowledge. So it's important for us to understand that even when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions these verses of predestination, and verses of knowing the future, and verses of regards to Him choosing something that you may not want, that's why Allah conditions us throughout the Quran. When He mentions, for example, and we'll conclude, that there may be something that you dislike that is better for you, and there may be something that is better for you that you dislike. Allah knows, and you don't know. So it's ultimately a matter of trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's knowledge, by comparing your knowledge to His and seeing the difference, and trust and love and honor and all of these beautiful attributes that Allah carries, but making sure that we have a response to these attributes in a way that is positive for us in this life and the next. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us of those that trust in His knowledge and His wisdom, and understanding that predestination is something that is greater than we can ever imagine. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما يا رب العالمين. اللهم اجعلنا من أهل القرآن الذين هم أهلك وخاصتك يا رب العالمين وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم يا شافي لا شفاء إلا شفاؤك شفاء الذي لا يغادر سقما اشف مرضانا ومرضى المسلمين وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين.